There is a fundamental misunderstanding about how the ultra-wealthy navigate the world. We watch the billionaires, the oligarchs, and the elite class step off private jets, vacation on Mediterranean super yachts, and wear watches that cost more than a suburban home. We look at these displays of extreme wealth, and we assume they are spending fortunes to maintain this lifestyle. But what if I told you that the greatest secret of the 1% isn't how much money they spend, it is how much they don't spend? Welcome to the paradox of extreme wealth. In our society, a strange, unspoken mathematical law takes over once you cross a certain threshold of net worth. The richer you become, the less you actually pay for things. You are about to enter the reality of the zero-cost lifestyle. This is the financial matrix where luxury isn't a purchase, it's a byproduct. To understand this, you have to realize that for the middle and working classes, money is a tool for exchange. You trade your time for a paycheck, and you trade that paycheck for goods and services. Every time you want something, your bank account goes down. It is a linear, depleting system. For the global elite, money is no longer a medium of exchange. It is a gravitational force, and when your financial gravity is massive enough, things simply start orbiting you for free. Let's start with the most visible layer, the halo effect. Imagine walking into a high-end boutique in Beverly Hills or Mayfair. If an average person walks in, the goal of the store is to extract as much money from their wallet as possible. But when a billionaire, a titan of industry, or a global icon walks in, the math flips. The luxury brand doesn't want their money, they want their aura. Brands understand that the ultimate marketing strategy isn't a billboard, it's association. If a multi-billionaire tech founder is seen wearing a specific $50,000 timepiece, that watch instantly becomes the ultimate status symbol for the millionaires below him who are desperately trying to climb the ladder. So, the brand simply gives the watch to the billionaire. The luxury hotel comps the $20,000 a night penthouse suite. The designer sends the bespoke suits. It looks like they are getting free gifts, but in the upper echelons of wealth, there are no gifts. It is a highly calculated barter system. The elite are trading fractions of their status in exchange for free luxury. The irony is staggering. The only people in the world who never have to pay retail for luxury are the exact people who can most afford it. But complimentary watches and free hotel suites are just the surface. Let's look at the heavy machinery of the billionaire lifestyle. Let's look at the private jets and the hypercars. How do these become effectively free? It comes down to a concept the ultra-wealthy have mastered: parking capital. When you or I buy a car, it is a depreciating liability. The moment you drive it off the lot, it loses 20% of its value. Over 5 years, it becomes virtually worthless. You spent money, and the money vanished. When a billionaire buys a $20 million vintage Ferrari 250 GTO or a $50 million piece of post-war art, they aren't buying anything. They're simply converting cash, which loses value to inflation every single day, into a hard, appreciating asset. They drive the hypercar to exclusive rallies in the Swiss Alps. They hang the Picasso in their Hamptons estate. They enjoy the absolute pinnacle of human luxury. But behind the scenes, that asset is going up in value by 8, 10, or 15% a year. 5 years later, they sell the Ferrari for $25 million. Think about the math of what just happened. They didn't pay to drive a Ferrari. They were paid $5 million to drive a Ferrari. The experience of luxury was entirely free. It was subsidized by the appreciation of the asset class. And then, there is the ultimate magic trick of the elite, the corporate write-off. To the ultra-rich, the line between personal life and corporate enterprise does not exist. Their life is the business, and because of this, the tax code becomes a catalog of subsidies for their lifestyle. Let's talk about the private jet. A Gulfstream G650 costs around $65 million. To the average person, this is an unfathomable luxury expense. To the billionaire's family office, it is a piece of corporate equipment. Under specific tax codes like bonus depreciation in the United States, If a business purchases a private jet and uses it for a certain percentage of legitimate business travel, they can deduct a massive portion of the purchase price from their corporate taxes in the very first year. So, the billionaire flies to Monaco. During the flight, they hold a board meeting. They land, attend a gala, network with potential investors, and close a deal on a yacht. That flight, the catering, the fuel, the crew, it is all categorized as a business expense. It lowers their taxable income. The government, and by extension, the everyday taxpayer, is effectively subsidizing their luxury travel. The jet pays for itself in tax savings. The five-star dinners are written off as client entertainment. The luxury chalet in Davos is a corporate retreat. They are living a life of unimaginable opulence and legally classifying it as the cost of doing business. This brings us to the darkest, most unspoken truth about the zero-cost lifestyle. Nothing in this world is truly free. If the billionaires aren't paying for their luxury, who is? You are. The middle class and the working class are the economic engine that subsidizes the apex of the pyramid. When a luxury brand comps a wardrobe for a billionaire, they make up for that lost revenue by increasing the margins on the perfumes, the sunglasses, and the entry-level bags bought by the middle class. When the government allows massive tax deductions for private jets and corporate yachts, the resulting tax deficit is made up by the income taxes of everyday workers. The elite have constructed a financial ecosystem where their wealth acts as a shield against costs. They use debt as untaxed income, they use assets to generate free experiences, and they use their status to command complimentary access to the world's most exclusive resources. They have entirely opted out of the consumer economy that the rest of the world is trapped inside. They don't buy luxury. They manifest it, leverage it, and let the system absorb the cost. But acquiring this luxury without spending a dime is only half the battle. Once you accumulate these massive, appreciating assets, you have to protect them. You have to make sure that no lawsuit, no creditor, and no government can ever take them away. You have to learn how to legally sever your name from your wealth. If you thought the zero-cost lifestyle was a brilliant loophole, wait until you see the architecture of how they hide it all. Click the video on your screen right now titled The Control Illusion: Why the Ultra-Rich Technically Own Nothing, to discover the ultimate legal magic trick used by the 1% to make their empires completely invisible. I'll see you over there.